tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire.
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon to you. Can you give your take on this demonstration?
This is a protest, of course, about the internment on Tony Taylor, about the injustice that's been perpetrated on the Craigavon 2, and of course for political status for all the Irish prisoners in Portlaoise, in Maghaberry, and the woman in Hydebank. It is a statement on the current relationship of the Irish government to the whole of world imperialism, that it is now refusing to take the £13 billion from the Apple Corporation, which the European Union says is owed to them. They don't want the £13 billion. They don't want to fund the schools and hospitals that they have been cut by the austerity, and of course they don't want to support the Irish Republican prisoners in any way. That is its relationship to global imperialism, and of course that is its relationship to British imperialism itself.
Of course, it's 100 years. This is a centenary of the 1916.
Sign of the times, really, that just over 100 years ago, James Connolly was executed. James Connolly predicted the carnival of reaction that would follow on the partition of Ireland. That carnival of reaction is still continuing, and shamefully now a whole section of the former Republicans of Provisional Sinn Féin have accepted the Loyalist veto and become part of the state itself.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jerry.
But every man must stand behind the men behind the wire. Armored cars and tanks and guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the wire.
Craigavon 2. Free the Craigavon 2. Brendan McConville, a young man who's been separated from his family, separated from his fiancée, innocent, framed for a crime that they did not do. They're innocent gentlemen. John Paul Wood.
Oh, Canadian, what are you doing here today?
I'm on a protest in regards to the campaign to highlight the plight of the Craigavon 2, John Paul Wooten and Brendan McConville, but in addition to that, to highlight the plight of Tony Taylor.
Who's Tony Taylor?
Tony Taylor, he is an RNU activist. He's been doing some brilliant groundwork, doing some brilliant community activism work in Derry. Unfortunately, he has been interned and now in prison in Maghaberry.
Children on trial.
He's interned without no evidence, hasn't been charged or anything like that. The man is innocent and he should be released now.
That's contrary to law, isn't it?
I believe it is. Being imprisoned without trial, without any form of due process or anything like that.
And you're trying to get him out, yeah?
We are trying to get...
Well done, the best of luck to you today.
Thanks a million.
Jim, can you enlighten us any further on this protest?
It's important there's publicity about these cases.
Yeah.
I spoke to two young Irishmen today who hadn't heard about the Craigavon 2 and Tony Taylor, and I think it's a terrible shame that there are innocent people, innocent political activists who are being locked up by the British government on no evidence, like Tony Taylor. He was out on a shopping trip with his family. The police surrounded the family car and he was carted off to Maghaberry jail without any trial or seeing any evidence. And Tony is under 24-hour surveillance. It's obvious he was not up to anything illegal. The reason he's in jail is because of his success in building up the RNU in Derry and in the community work that he's
It's a
done.
throwback to the 1970s and 80s, and the big hunger strike that resulted from the internment then.
Yes, and it is worrying, the recent reports of brutality in Macabre Jail, where we believe there were reports the governor or two governors attacked prisoners, and then when the prisoners defended themselves, they were put in solitary. So, for instance, Brendan McConville was put in solitary just recently, and the other prisoners from the different Republican groups refused to accept food until the prisoners in solitary were returned to the wings.
Am I right in thinking that some of the Sinn Féin leaders, the current leaders of the Sinn Féin, elected members of Parliament and so on, were on hunger strike then, were interned as well?
They were, yes, yeah. And,
what is their take on what's happening?
well, I know with regard to Tony Taylor, Sinn Féin has given public support, as have all the other political parties apart from the unionist parties. If I'm honest, I'm not sure about the Craigavon 2. Sinead may know more about that, but Sinn Féin has pledged its support. I think recognising that this is such an outrageous injustice, that they need to support the campaign to free Tony Taylor. But we need much more publicity, and that's why it's important to give that message to here, to Downing Street and to the British government directly.
But Sinn Féin hands are not completely clean, Sinead. I've heard allegations that they're entertaining Zionists. Do you know anything about that, or could it be true?
Well, they have had backdoor kind of meetings with Zionists, especially with the Caterpillar organisation as well. One of the things about Caterpillar, and that is they're involved in building so-called peace walls in the occupied Palestine. A bit of a contradiction really, because Sinn Féin as a Republican organisation should not, it would be contrary to Republican beliefs that they should be even having discussions with an organisation that is the world's most racist apartheid state in the world today.
Talking about apartheid state, is there a connection between the apartheid South Africa and what's happening, what Sinn Féin are up to?
I think that there is, because Sinn Féin for many years have been very keen on promoting their internationalism, on promoting their support for the freedom struggle in South Africa. Apartheid South Africa was, of course, very closely aligned to the Zionist state Israel, and it seems to me that what they're doing now by meeting Caterpillar, by entertaining Zionists, is showing how shallow that internationalism really was.
Yes, that's right. And today there are prisoners as well, without trial, Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails.
Many thousands, yes.
And there's probably a fair comparison to be made between the struggle of the Irish people for liberation and the Palestinian struggle. And it looks like, Tony, that the Sinn Féin are taking the wrong side. Is that fair or unfair?
In for a few dollars, for a fistful of dollars, Clint Eastwood says things look different from higher up, and that's the only reason I can see from the current Sinn Féin leadership's actions that things must look very different to them up there than they do for me down here.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. Cheers.
And guns came to take away our sons, but every man must stand behind the men behind the